Round start.
Hey guys, what's up? Shadolance back for another video. My sensitivity is weird. I am doing a Shadolance's Tactics video for the first time in forever. Try my sensitivity a little bit more. I'm going to be using this series to replace SL versus the World for a short while. I'm gonna sort of go back and forth between the two, where I'll do SL versus the World for a while, and then I'll do Tactics for a while. I'm going to do Tactics for a couple of months and give SL vs. the World a break. While I know a lot of you guys like that series, it will be back very shortly. Probably around, I'd say beginning of June or so, it should be back or so. I might do an episode here or there just to keep you guys going, but until then, I've had a lot of people request me to do a Shadowlance's Tactics on Junk Flea, because pretty much all of the 1v1s that go on are sniper-only 1v1s on this map, and it seems to be pretty popular, so I thought I might as well go ahead and do it. So, actually I want to start out in the middle, that's where I'm going to start. Now, I obviously can't cover every single little trick here, because there's so much to cover on this map, but I'm going to cover as much as I can in under 10 minutes, so without any further ado, let's dive right in. First of all, this is one of the biggest areas that you will catch for sniping, this and over there, so I'm going to start over here. This is one of the spawns that's actually quite popular for OMA. I've been spawned on right here so many times, so I would never suggest camping here. Always try to jump up here. This is not also a great spot because you can hit me down there, and it's kind of hard to snipe back that way, so right here is not a good spot to be. However, if you're going to use this spot and you know your opponent is already spawned, right here is a great spot to camp because you can hit there and peek very easily. You can actually hit someone who's peeking behind there, right on the corner there. Having an accurate weapon like this is really good for that. And then you can also hit people back behind there, and you have this as cover, which is really nice. You can hit the stairs right there. Great way to get kills with a super accurate sniper. So many ways you can shoot through here. And you can also shoot and hit under here. This is something most people don't seem to recognize. There is the box that you can stand on right there. That little brown thing I'm aiming at. If you come down further, you can hit people who jump up over that, and you can also hit people on top of that over there. Really useful spot to be. And next up, I want to come on over here because this is very similar. If you stand here, you can snipe people over there and there, and you have protection not only from the bar but from these boxes as well. However, do be careful because you can be hit through these cracks. That was one of Dr. Lethal's favorite tricks, and I learned that from him. Now, a lot of things that I see people don't usually do over here. People don't usually utilize this very well, at least not intentionally. You can obviously jump over this and back, but you can also get in through here, and it's a great way to get away from people. One of my favorite hard scoping spots in the entire game is to crouch right here and aim right here. So many people run by there, and no one ever seems to check this area right here. I don't know why, but if you're hiding in OMA, this is the place to do it. There's a lot of stuff you can do around here that you see in core videos. It's very, very similar, like jumping up on here, getting on top of the tank. This is a great spot to have quick 1v1 skirmishes, and you can also hide down right here. This is a really tactical area to use, and you better be very fluid moving around here if you're going to make use of this spot. So if you're looking forward to that, you might want to be very careful about what you're doing. This is also a destructible box right here. You can use this for sniping here, but don't expect it to stay for the entire match. Another trick that a lot of people tend to use is to crouch through this box right here and get into here. You can also do the same way going out, but be very careful if you have a slow internet connection. I would not suggest doing that. There's a lot of ways that you can get on top of this thing up here that there were before. You saw the other guy, I believe Tanner Pro, that's his alt account, helping me out here. He was up here earlier. There's a couple of ways you can do it. First of all, you can run, jump here, and get going. Now, I have a really weird internet connection. It's not very good, as you can see, so I'm probably not going to be able to get up there. But the ways you can do it are you can get running up here, jump. Oh, actually, I just did it. That's great. So that's number one way to do it. If you notice, this one little area, it decreases in slope right here, so you're able to get up if you land in the corner just perfectly. You can get all the way up there. Another way I've seen people do it, although I've never been successful because my internet connection is weird, you can jump up on this pipe here and then also jump up into this crack here. I've never been successful doing it, but I know it can be done. I've seen it in core videos, I've seen it in other videos, and also you can jump up on this corner as well. Once again, I'm not very good at doing it. It works the same way as two towers, where you need to flip your mouse that way and then that way really fast, so it would look something like this, like that, and I almost did it at the time, but I'm not going to waste too much time on that, so that's another way you can do it. Another place I would expect you guys to be utilizing a lot, if you're getting chased up these stairs especially, this happens a lot in my 1v1s, don't jump down here. The place you want to jump is either fall down like I did right there, because that's actually a really good idea. I don't do it very often, but it's a way to do it. You don't want to jump over here either, because then they have a clear shot at you while you're turned around. What you want to do is jump and come around here, and then jump and come around here. There you go. A little bit laggy, but that's how it works. You're protected by that box, but they can't hit you very easily, and then you have a perfect drop shot on them, or you can try to do a Superman and hit them there. Obviously, the WA 2000 and a lot of other weapons make that very easy. One thing you'll see me do a lot in my 1v1s is that I will snipe from here all the way over to there and hard scope that area. Now, this is risky because if you're in a more than one person OMA game, this leaves you completely open here, and if someone comes around the corner, you're kind of screwed unless you're good at no-scoping or just very lucky. So, this is a great spot to hard scope if you know where your opponent is, but I'd be very careful about that. It is also a great spot if you're using this right here to combat peekers here. Great spot to do it because you're peeking just as hard as they are, and it's almost impossible. Now, like I said earlier, this is a very easy spot to get hit from because they can hit you all the way from back here, but you can only hit to about right there. So, if you're a little bit further away, not quite as useful. This is another one of the spawns. It's pretty famous here. The only thing that I would wish I would see more people do, I don't see many people do this, you can either get in this doorway right here and hard scope all the way through here to the other side there. I do that a lot. You'll see it in my 1v1s quite often. Shooting through here and also back the other way as well, but also sliding through here to hit people here and using this as cover. It actually covers more of your body than you might think, and I don't know if it's a glitch or not. I've never seen anyone get banned for it or get in trouble for it, but it does cover more of your body than you might expect, which is kind of nice. Another thing I might suggest is that if you're going to peek, try to come through right here, and you can hit right here. This will help no-reg you so that you won't get hit as often. I mean, I don't really do it in my 1v1s very often. It's not the most useful thing in the world. If anything, it gets more in the way, but it is very useful for helping to get those really good peeks on it. Around this corner, this is another one of the spawns here. Just be very careful here. One of my favorite places to combat people who are on the stairs is to come and get right here and peek this right here and hit people as they come down the stairs here or drop down here. This is one of my favorite tactics that I want to talk about next. The best way to juke someone on the stairs. Try to rush up to this area here, and this is exactly the method you want to use for rushing. If they are on the stairs, you're going to want to be right here. You're going to juke off this way if you can. You want to get to this side, crouch around here, and get behind this pillar. That's where you want to be behind. And you want to get behind this pillar here. You want to get this is where you want to be. Now, if they're at the top of the stairs, they're going to be here, and they're going to be popping down. You want to be on this side of the pillar, because this is the side that you hold your gun opposite to, so you're able to peek around this easier. This is where you want to be. You can hit them before they are able to hit you. Now, if you're on the stairs, one of the tricks I like to use, especially if you're being chased or if someone's trying to knife you, this is the best tactic. You want to run up here, and then jump back down and hit them. You don't want to come back down the stairs, because then they have a very easy way to hit you. Now, if you're trying to combat someone who's either out there or over here, the best way to do is, once again, not to run down the stairs, because they can be using the trick I showed you earlier by hiding here, hitting you on the way down. The easier way to do it, if they're not a particularly good hardscoper, or if you're just very lucky, is to jump over this way and fall down. Now, I jumped a little bit too far that time, but the idea is basically to fall down here and hit someone there. They're usually expecting you to come down here, so their aim will be off a bit usually, which is very, very useful. Now, the only thing I would caution you against is you can be hit through some cracks in this thing on the way to here, so if you're over here, you can be hit by some cracks on the stairs, like right here. You cannot hit as easily coming back. It's much, much harder to land those shots, so while you might want to utilize that one way, it's very much a one-way trick. Also, hiding right here, I actually advise against for the most part. If you're using this jump trick, do it from this side, not from this side. This only serves to trap you, and you can be hit much easier from down there, like this. As you saw where I could hit there, it's much easier to hit someone there, peek and hit them easily. Also not a great spot to, try to camp, just not that good. One of my favorite spots to run and hide is to run back around here and hit someone as they walk out the door. Very simple tactic. Be very careful if you're not in a 1v1 OMA, because then you're going to get hit from down here. Chances are someone's going to be hiding there in some way, shape, or form. Now, one of my favorite tactics for this entire map is actually right over here. You'll see me do this in almost every single 1v1 I play. Now, previously in my it wasn't a tactics video, it was a tips video for how to win at 1v1s and how to play better and just do better in game, is to stay perfectly still. And this is one of the two places I love doing it, Kill Creek being the other. If you keep your screen perfectly still right here, if anyone moves, you want to stand precisely in this spot, right where this thing is right here. You'll see me do this a lot. You don't want to stand back over here, and this is why. If you stand right here, where there's a sliver of this here, you can see if someone runs past that way, and that way you will know immediately if your enemy's coming from here, from there, or coming through here. And I did not expect that. Apparently you can do that. I didn't even know you could do that. But anyway, or you will see if they come up here. Now, most people would expect you to be somewhere in this general area, using this to cover yourself, or being ready to run back in here. That's not the case. You're actually in an unusual spot where people don't typically think you are. And if you are very, very quick with your reflexes, usually I would like to have either a sniper out here. If I think I can get a shot off, if they're coming from somewhere far away, it's usually alright to get a shot off, because getting a Superman at this distance is much, much more difficult. Also, it's very easy to hardscope and peek and hit someone right there. One of my favorite peeking spots, I'll just run over here real fast and show you, is right here, where you can peek and hit someone right there. You can jump scope, or if you can do it, you can actually hit someone's head right there. It's very, very easy to do, especially if they're standing up on this ledge a little bit. As you notice, you rise up just a little bit, and you can be hit, so be very careful. One thing I would suggest is try to aim that spot and get a good hard scope on there if you know that's where they're coming from. But as you see, if you stand right here, you can see almost anywhere in the map, and it does allow you to see back in there if they're trying to camp, like I showed you at the beginning of the video. A couple more tricks I want to show you for right here. If your opponent is in there and you think they're too good of a hard scoper to let you get all the way from here to here, like I was showing you earlier, what you want to do is go from here to here if you can. You don't really have much other option anyway. If you try to go this way, if they're really that good of a hard scoper, you are screwed anyway. What I suggest you do is, if this barrel is not destroyed, light it 3 times. 3 swings of, oh, well, if anything but a tracker, but you would jump on top of that, and you would want to snipe in here. It's a great way, and I saw Dr. Lethal do it a lot. I actually learned it from him. It's 3 swings of an M9, by the way, not a tracker, my bad, but anyway, you can jump up this way and hit people there. If you're there, you can hit them immediately behind this desk right here, anywhere they might be camping in this room. Here on the stairs, behind this pillar, or even here. You can hit them literally anywhere, or you can drop down and hit them behind the boxes from here where I was just standing. And like I said before, you can shoot all the way through here. Great spot to camp. And one of the best ways if you're having a juke fight right here is to alternate. Like I said before, never go back to the spot you were in exactly before. It's a good idea to spend 3 or 4 shots trying to do this. Crack a shot off there, crack a shot off there, crack a shot up here. Look at how fast I'm doing this. And this is with a recon vest, granted, but you can do this with a light vest and be just about as efficient. Now, one thing I would suggest never to do, and I mean never do this, even in a 1v1, never come running across here. If you watch my 1v1s, this, although it looks like it would cover you, is not actually that useful. Look right here. If I come and stand behind here, and then, you know, the barrel obviously helps, it's still so easy to hit that right there, and that does not provide enough cover. You'll see me get a lot of kills, even though I have no idea where my enemy is. I'll come walk out here, and he'll be right there, or on this plank right here. And that is such a small range of vision. It's so easy to just go bam and hit someone right there. Granted, I hit the bar that time, so it's a little bit of karma, but my whole point is it's very, very easy, so never come across here. Always come from the ground, and there are a couple of great spots to peek to do that. You can peek right here. My personal favorite is all the way back here, and hit someone all the way up there. You can actually hit someone just on the side of the barrel right there. That is the barrel I'm aiming at, which I apparently didn't hit, but that's what I'm aiming at. If you can see, I hit it that time, right there. So that's a great spot to camp. One of my favorite spots is also right here, especially in one-man armies that are involving more than one person, is if you can come right here and hit the spawn that's right there. So if someone spawns right there, great spot to do it. And also a quick tip for OMA that I wanted to share, which is especially useful in this map, is that if you are playing where you have a lot of people, the spawn shield only lasts until they fire the weapon or until 3 seconds have passed. Now in elimination, they can fire their weapon all they want within those 3 seconds because usually base rape is the thing, but in OMA that's not quite so true obviously because there's no teams. So you have this spawn shield that's a little bit different. If you fire your weapon, your spawn shield is gone. However, you have a 3-second spawn shield otherwise. So keep that in mind as you're playing. Another thing I would not suggest doing is jumping up here to quick scope right here, unless you absolutely have to, because it's very, very easy to get hit. Another thing that is, people do it. I hate doing it. I will never do it in my videos, is to stand right here and shoot. For one reason, I really hate it because it's a peek. It's a really bad peek. It's equivalent to the rock peek. I really hate it, and the only way to really combat it is to stand right here and get the good angle on it. That's really the best way to combat that. It's very hard to hit, and although you'll see me do it in a couple of my videos, it's rare. Usually I'll kill them before they are able to get in a whole lot closer than that, but sometimes that's not the case. And although it is a great spot to use because of this little slant in the box right here, you could hit more than they can hit you. It's not something I would suggest because if you get stuck there, you give away your position, you're kind of screwed either way. That just about sums up all of Junk Flea that's useful. There are a lot of other things you can do on this map. There are so many things I'm not able to cover in this amount of time. In fact, this video may have gone over 10 minutes. I have no idea how long I've been recording, but it's certainly been a while. And there are a lot of tricks and tips you can use for this. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have your own little tricks that you'd like to toss into this, and I'm certainly open to hearing those. Post them in the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. Shadolance, out.